This week on LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors.
Jeff Miller is one of the alpha males in our company.
The rut is getting ready to start.
I've got a 160 plus inch buck in front of me.
LL Bean started with one simple idea: build a comfortable boot that would keep his feet warm and dry. Well, necessity became the mother of invention, and the Maine hunting shoe was created. What followed was a legacy that would span a century. And little did he know that the boot he made for himself would still be made the same way 100 years later. LL Bean has grown to become the worldwide resource for all who love the outdoors. So join great-grandson of LL Bean, Bill Gorman, and discover your adventure with LL Bean's Guide to the Outdoors. This week on LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors, we venture down to southwest Kansas, where gigantic whitetail are harvested each and every year. Heading to Tall Tine Outfitters for his 6th year in a row, and knowing his friend and outfitter Ted Jaycox is the man to see for a Kansas brute, Bill is just as excited as his first time hunting the elusive whitetail.
We're here at Tall Tine Outfitters this week. It's the first week in November, and it's a great time to be here. It's pre-rut, 1 to 2 weeks before. The bucks are still somewhat on the schedule, and when you get a guy like Ted, who is the outfitter, he knows what to do and how to set things up. So everything's set up for him, which means it's set up perfectly for us.
Here in this part of Kansas, we've got a variety of terrain. There's a lot of creek bottoms, there's a lot of CRP, there's a lot of agriculture. The deer have a lot of different areas they can go and travel to and from. And our strategy for hunting these different places is to try to find travel corridors, but also hunt the food sources. This time of year, the winter wheat's coming on, so we position the hunters so they can intercept the deer as they travel to and from the wheat fields.
Working closely to the product development and testing teams at LL Bean, Bill loves to bring some of his fellow developers into the field whenever he gets the chance.
So what I like to do is I like to get each and every member of our hunt fish team out into the woods. I mean, these guys are the best of the best. Jeff Miller is one of the alpha males in our company. When it comes to the hunting world, the guy's a predator, actually hunting and fishing. He's one of those employees you get who just is a real deal.
As a product developer, we come up with the ideas for new products for the LL Bean brand, and we basically design and develop products specifically for hunting and fishing. I've always been pretty passionate about the outdoors. I actually went to college initially as conservation law to be a game warden, transitioned into wildlife biology, and then ended executing a fisheries biology degree.
Getting to camp with just enough time to shoot their bows, Bill and Jeff then settle in and prepare for the first morning's hunt.
Thermacell innersoles. It's only like 40 degrees. Not super cold, but why not be comfortable all the time? Especially on these big boots, you get the added arch support. Win-win. First morning on my Kansas hunt, I'm here with my good friend Ted Jaycox. I am psyched to be here. So we're looking forward to a great week, and with Uncle Ted, it just can't be bad.
These are the new Swarovski ELs. They're launching in 2016. Fortunate enough to get a sneak peek at them on this trip.
Those are nice.
These are 10 by 50s. Yeah, these will be great for this.
So you get a little more weight to them, but
a little more weight.
I like the eye cuffs too. Are they fixed on? Yeah, that's nice. That's really cool.
first morning, Jeff set a stand called the Gorman stand. Bill had shot a buck there 2 years ago, really nice, heavy, mature buck. And the deer, this time of year, they're using that as a travel corridor. The rut is getting ready to start, so we were hoping some deer would travel that area and Jeff would get a shot there.
Yearling buck this morning hung around with us for a little bit. It's always fun to watch him. And then a doe also came through. It's been a decent morning. It's not too windy. Just waiting them out at this point.
LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by LL Bean, trusted, innovative, authentic guide to the outdoors. Advanced insulation technology for hunting gear. Primaloft, proven warm even when wet. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Lead Lenser, see everything, do anything. Thermacell heated products, focus on the thrill, not the chill. And Swarovski Optic. This segment is brought to you by LL Bean, trusted, innovative, authentic guide to the outdoors. LL Bean senior product developer Jeff Miller has had a lot of success over the years out in the field, but also in the office, where he designs great new products year after year.
When you're out in the field and you're enjoying a product, there's a guy like me somewhere out there coming up with that concept and idea and bringing it to market for your enjoyment. And this one I'm excited about because in 2016 we're bringing out a new big game hunting boot. The cool thing about this boot is all the technology that we're able to put into it. Literally from starting with the Vibram outsole for great traction and stability, EVA molded midsole gives you good comfort, Gore-Tex protection throughout the boot for waterproof, breathable comfort in the field. 600 grams of Primaloft insulation also provides you great warmth, especially on those November outings in the cooler weather. We are going to continue with the Mossy Oak Country Camouflage. This boot here is going to look a little different when it finally comes to market. I'm giving you a glimpse on a prototype that we're working on, so there's still some working features. Again, it's a really neat process bringing great products like this to market, and I'm super excited to finalize this one and offer it in July 2016. Feeling real good. Headed to a new stand. Had a little bit of a wind shift today, so we're going to try something new. Really looking forward. It'll be our second evening sit for the week, and anxious to get out there and see what happens.
Jeff's heading to a stand we call the Fall Stand. It's on a little creek bottom. There's a nice wheat field. The bucks are kind of meandering through these little canyons and draws, headed up to the wheat field. Hopefully they'll come close enough for a shot for him this afternoon.
I've never been a fortunate son, never been down and out one. Did you know you think that I'm done? Say what you want, say what you want, son.
Another afternoon, another stand. I was here last year, as I told you earlier. This is a punker stand. When I was sitting here last year, I had a couple 3-year-olds that were just monsters. But then again, 3.5 years old, I wasn't going to shoot them. This year, they should be 4.5 years old. Hopefully they're going to come out. Last year, they were right about 96 yards over there. It was a rifle hunt. This year, it's a bow hunt, so we're hoping we see them. We're hoping they're a whole lot closer. We'll see what happens.
There's at least 2 bucks here. There's 3 deer. 330 yards. They're right to we're almost directly by. Oh, wow. That one's a shooter, I believe. There's something up that rack. Yeah, he's big up. He's a 10 point. He's a really good 10 point. Right by there, he's walking along now. Right to left. Of course, he's going the wrong way, but...
That Big Ten kept working his way off into the distance. And even though Bill continued to see small bucks, he couldn't help but think about the Big Ten with hopes that he would see him again. To learn more about your guide to the outdoors, check out our lander page at llbean.com/GTO. This segment is brought to you by Thermacell Heat Packs. With a lightweight design, 3 settings, and a 6-hour charge, you can beat the elements with comfort you can control.
We decided to move Bill back to what we call the punker stand, where he sat last year during rifle season and had those encounters with all those really nice bucks. Well, the first afternoon, he saw a buck about 300 yards. Looked like he was a pretty good, maybe a shooter. So he had a lot of confidence going into the next day.
God's gonna see you coming. You better keep on running. Devil is stopping nothing to take you down.
All right, so I'm back in the punker stand. It's 82 degrees. Has me a little bit nervous, but last night it was 80 degrees as well. We saw quite a bit of deer activity. A lot of it was still up on the hillside over here, but that's what hunting's all about. You pick a great location. We know there are deer here. We just got to put our time in, and sooner or later it's got to happen. I turn around in the field because the does are pouring out into there.
There's a 10 point over there in the field.
And I see this behemoth. I mean, it's just a gorgeous buck.
It was a Big Ten. It was definitely a shooter. Not sure whether it was the same buck they'd seen the day before, but the buck finally, after a few minutes, worked its way in.
He was at 30 yards the last time I saw him. He had walked over 10 yards and came in probably 6 yards closer. I've got a 160 plus inch buck in front of me. I am so mesmerized by this thing, I'm not calculating. That's what I do for the 8 hours I'm sitting in that stand. I measure everything within, a foot. I put my 30-yard pin on him. And and I shot over. I've replayed that shot over and over and over again. I was calm, I was cool, I was collective. Everything was going right there. And, you know, he was in the one spot. After the fact, I knew where he was. Before the fact, I was just on the deer.
Unfortunately, it's bow hunting, and not everything always goes the way it's planned. And the shot was a little high. The buck ducked the string a little bit, but was unhurt. You know, it's one of those bow hunting things that happens. You got your pin on him, you feel good, you squeeze the shot, it goes high.
For trailers, behind-the-scenes photos, and everything the GTO crew is up to, check us out at facebook.com/Guide to the Outdoors. For more information on Tall Tine Outfitters, give them a call or check them out on the web. LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by LL Bean, trusted, innovative, authentic guide to the outdoors. Advanced insulation technology for hunting gear. Primaloft, proven warm even when wet. Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. Lead Lenser. See everything, do anything. Thermacell Heated Products. Focus on the thrill, not the chill. And Swarovski Optic. This segment is brought to you by Thermacell Heated Insoles. Lightweight, comfortable, versatile. With wireless remote or Bluetooth connectivity, they are just what you need to fight back the cold without breaking a sweat. "150 miles southwest of Wichita, Kansas, Bill Gorman and Jeff Miller of LL Bean are hunting for the elusive whitetail. Bill just had a tough miss on a trophy-class buck, but looks forward to getting back into the stand for another opportunity. Jeff has had a pretty slow week thus far, but is still full of excitement, looking forward to tagging his first Kansas buck.
Yeah, it was a great morning. We got in there early, wind was light out of the north, and we were set up in that draw. And geez, it wasn't that far into it, and we had a young buck come through, and then looked up in the distance and saw this big guy coming down across, actually going north. He was actually going to go by us.
That's a big one.
It was really exciting. Now, it was a blind spot that neither of us could really see, but he knew it was coming our way. We didn't know where he was going to show up. And next thing you know, 17 yards or so, he pops out. It was just awesome. You know, that's, again, to have that opportunity to come out here to Kansas, shoot a deer of a lifetime with a bow was just tremendous. You know, I'd get up to that animal and, you know, it was blessed. It was a great morning.
That's not the 10 I thought he was. Wow. No kidding. Look at the character here, bub. I don't know, man. That's pretty impressive. This is what it's all about right here. That's why we come to Kansas. Couldn't be happier. Worked out real well this morning. Picture perfect. Textbook. He's, geez, depends on which ones of these you want to count, but he's at least a 12. His brow tines are a little funky, if you want to call them that. Eye guards, they split, but they stayed fairly short. He's got good mass, though. Lots of length. Pretty neat stuff right there.
First and foremost, Jeff is a good buddy of mine, and for me to have been able to provide an opportunity for him to shoot a buck of a lifetime, who could ask for a bigger week? That's what it's all about. These are memories.
Obviously, had a great hunt this week. I got to harvest a buck of a lifetime. Bill got a chance at a nice 10-point. Unfortunately, didn't make the shot and never saw that deer again. That's bow hunting. That's why we do it.
The week we had here, the opportunity for a shot on that buck, I'm a hunter. I want that animal to come home with me, but I can't get caught up in I've got to kill something every time or I'll have a bad hunt. That's just not the way it is. And the day I get to thinking hunting's only about shooting and killing something, I'll give up. I'll quit. I don't need that. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy nature. I'm hanging out with good friends. I'm seeing great deer. Miller shoots a deer of a lifetime. Just that part alone, I'm gold. So my strategy for this afternoon is actually to find out what type of music do the deer like.
What day is it? It's Halloween.
I'm the new Swarovski optic model.
Hi, Jeff Miller. This is gonna get ugly.
For another peanut butter bagel, I'll take his place and I'll go video you this morning.